It's all right, Jim.
Go eat your oats with milk.
What's he doing?
I'm stretching. So leave me alone. This
What
is
yoga
gonna be like,
What yoga stretch is that?
yo, I don't know. My
Is
favorite
that
is like,
downward dog?
no, child's pose is my favorite yoga position actually.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a great episode of the Oddcast. I think it's episode 6. We're joined with two handsome Aki fellers. We have Jimmy Jones and Jason Mark. We're ready for a fun podcast, but top comment of one of the other videos was from James Flanagan. It says, thumbnail game strong. Thank you, Mr. Flanagan. You gave us the idea. And guys, remember, drop a comment, criticism. You know, we love to hear things we can do better. What we don't want is you commenting like, I think Sean is ugly. Please replace him with someone more attractive, because that doesn't help anybody. And it's funny, but that hurts my feelings.
Yeah, the
Anyways.
shave the beard comments will not be paid
Yeah,
attention
they will
to.
not be tolerated. You will be banned from our YouTube channel. You can just make another account, so it doesn't really solve the problem, but please.
All right. So today
So,
we have
boys, how you doing?
Jason and I was gonna introduce them.
Oh, yeah. So Jason is, what? You're a freshman at Fordham. Jimmy is a freshman at Indiana, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Over to the Midwest.
Yeah, somewhere out there.
Yeah, somewhere around
And
there.
they were both on our baseball team last year.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the only reason they're on. So, anyways. How are you boys doing? I haven't seen you guys in so long, besides, if you don't count the alumni CrossFit thing.
Yes, the alumni CrossFit thing with Lisa. That was actually kind of fun.
It was funny. I thought that it was great because us three were like the youngest by like not a huge margin, but I was expecting there to be other like recent graduates like the past couple of years, and there were none. I was like, oh boy.
It's like,
Sean, why didn't you join?
Everyone had kids, and
why didn't I join?
Yeah.
And then me, Jimmy, and Jack show up.
Oh yeah, dude, my mom was telling me, she was like, yeah, I only knew Jack was showing up, so there's just 2 other kids show up, and she just had no idea. But alright, first of all, I'll give you multiple reasons. I haven't graduated yet. We're graduating Thanksgiving, so, there's that. Yeah, and then...
we graduate the same day, Sean. It's just the ceremony is Thanksgiving.
Nah, I have no idea.
Wait, are you serious right now?
What?
Yeah.
They're also trying to schedule prom.
Yeah,
Again.
they're gonna do like prom graduation same day on Thanksgiving, or something like that.
No,
Oh,
on Thanksgiving
like
break, not on
home.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah. No, they said
Okay.
over Thanksgiving break.
Yeah, over Thanksgiving break. Dude, the way I thought they were gonna do prom was we were all gonna get in those like giant hamster balls and just have to roll around.
That would be so much fun.
I'd be down to try that, honestly.
No, that'd be fun as hell. But like, dude, if we're just like, there's like 300 people in an arena doing that. Actually, that would be kind of cool. It'd be like Gladiator.
When,
Prom
like, last
king and
person
queen are
standing
just
wins.
last people stand. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, people would cheat though. Someone would bring like a knife and just ruin other people's days.
Start popping them. Start popping.
Dude, honestly, we gotta do that now. Hackley, make it happen.
I'd beat Jason for sure.
No way.
No way,
Yes,
dude.
hey.
He's got the muscle tee on. What do you
It's
have?
pure physics. I mean, I'm looking at it I'm topping out around 190 right now.
What does that even mean?
Like pounds, putting
Oh,
on.
okay.
You couldn't weigh 190 if you had a 45-pound weight with you.
Well,
Have you guys gained any weight since starting college? Sean didn't even know the concept of the freshman 15. I was like, oh, you'll.
well, I told
you'll
him. I
feel
said that happens to me every year, so it's just kind of like
I don't know, Jim, you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. No, not particularly. I did actually gain, but it was more of just from me spending every other day in just the weight room, which is very nice. Yeah,
Okay.
Represent. Thank you. Whoa. Okay. Whoa.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I don't believe you.
No, I'm being honest. No, because I came back Thanksgiving break to wrestle with Jack and the team, and I stepped on the scale, and I was 152, and when I went to school, I was around 140, 144, because wrestling was 145. And I kind of dropped once I got injured, and then I came back. It was like 152, so I put on a little bit, and there was really not too much like fat. But since I've been home from break, I've lost or quarantine. I've lost like most of that. It's nice right now. But that was my experience. Jason, what about you?
I don't know. I don't think I have the ability to put on 15 pounds or 20 pounds. I mean,
Dude, your calves weigh like 30 like each, so
that would bring me up to 220 or 215, and I don't think my body could hold 215.
You look like Flanagan.
Yeah, Flanagan's a big boy. He is a big boy.
He
Dude,
watches the
huge.
podcast.
Dude, he's a big fan of the podcast. Him and Paterno go into parking lots and swing around gladiator weapons now. It's awesome.
Dude, I actually watched that one. They were pushing cars. Is that what was going on? That sounded amazing.
What if you walk outside and you just see two guys just like in the parking lot going, and then picking up a car and just,
Yeah, instead of the guys that push the shopping carts, they're just pushing everybody's cars to different sides.
Can we do that? Could we all go to school one day? And
Okay,
just,
Jimmy, we'll have to get like a Mini Cooper for you because we know that you can't.
I'll just use the Subaru. It's like light enough. You know, it's small.
Do you even have it with you right now?
Yeah, so basically the plans were it goes back to the shop to do some more modifications to prep for this summer's racing season. And one thing led to another, and it's still there. I have to go pick it up, but since the season is shot to an extent, like we're gonna start events like in the next like 3-ish weeks, at least in upstate New York. I'm hoping to do a couple of things, but for the most part, like we'll see. But yes,
Wait.
I do not have it right now. I'm very sad.
You're racing that thing?
Yeah.
It's been nice knowing you, dude.
Don't disrespect me. Listen,
Dude, if it rains, you just can't race. Is that?
No, it's just I'll have to get not just
No,
completely slick
he has
tires.
this joke about how he had the most like decked out car, yet he couldn't drive in the rain. Like
I could drive in the rain.
no,
Okay.
I remember after one practice, like it started raining, so he canceled. Or you were just sitting there, and you were like, "Damn!" And we were like, "Jimmy, what's wrong?" And you're like, "My car's not working."
Dude, I remember that was so funny, and we were just like, "Oh, dude, what's wrong?" It's just like, "I can drive in the rain. It's just my car can't." And we're like, "Dude, you spent like $2,000 on a really sick engine, and just the tires are like, yeah, no."
No, my favorite was when I went back to change, and I was running back to the car, and I started it so that would warm up, and I just passed Jason, and all he says was like, "Dude, like your car like shut off and turned back on," and I was like, heck is he saying? And it was so funny. I was like, "Geez."
Dude, it was like a forced Windows update where it's like restarting now. Do not turn off the computer.
Yeah.
So
So weird.
it's like the most impressive car I've seen, and just the worst.
Oh,
It's
that's right. I
incredible.
took you for a drive. That's right. Like
He
that
went
really
from-
short drive.
He went from 15 miles per hour to 80 miles per hour in less than like half a second, and I'm not kidding. His crappy little seatbelts, I did not feel safe in them. So I was like holding like the bar up there, and like holding his seat.
That's part of what he goes to the shop for. He like cuts him in half so you feel less secure.
No, actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. I actually had to get that seatbelt replaced because when I bought the car, it was torn. It was like torn like a 1/4 inch into the actual belt. And so, like, God forbid if anything would happen, it would have probably broke. So I was like, probably should fix that. So it's funny that you mentioned that.
How do you even tear a seatbelt though? I feel like you need
I
to get
don't
like a pair of scissors and manually cut it.
Yeah, or some like industrial scissors. I don't think like your normal scissors would really do it, but maybe.
Yeah, or like
Maybe
a
just
blowtorch.
Jason's strength. Maybe
You
Yeah,
bring your-
Jason puts on the muscle tee and just phone book. Just
Did you bring your car to college?
No, I did not bring the car to college. I found another one though. So there's a 2.0. Yeah. So it was like a month into school, and I wanted to find another project, a drift project car. And so I was looking on the forums in like the surrounding Indiana area, and I came across a barn find, a Nissan 240SX that was completely stock, so no modifications whatsoever. And usually it's hard to find these cars in such like pristine shape. So I was like, okay, I want to go check it out. So one Friday, I got in an Uber because there were no buses that would really take me to this like kind of like smaller town in like southern Indiana. It was the most expensive Uber ride I've ever been in. I'm not gonna tell you how much it
Giving us the
cost.
play-by-play.
Triple digit.
I am triple digits.
I just
Well, no, it gets better.
while you're going through this story, Sean and Gabe's faces are so funny.
What are they saying?
Dude, because he pulls out like the name. It's like the Nissan 87X. It's like, dude, what are you saying?
Holy
It sounds like he's
stocks.
speaking, dude. It sounds like he's speaking like. It sounds like he's saying Elon Musk's son's name.
That's actually X-12.
Okay,
Wait, what's the last part?
finish your story. Finish your story.
All right, anyway.
20% of the way. Like, we're not even at the car yet.
Listen, I gotta give a play-by-play. It like builds it up, okay? I'm so sorry that I like to go so in depth with my stories. No, I'm kidding. Okay, long story short, find the car, get it. Parents come out for parents weekend, and instead of us doing like the normal parents weekend routine where we go out to eat and we, spend time on campus, it was spent driving the car around, trailering it to another shop where it stayed for a couple months until I drove it home. Made the 700-mile trip in the car with all the stuff from my dorm in the car. Don't know how it made it. I was
In the rain?
happy. No, not in the rain. But it probably could have made it because it did not have slick tires on. So yeah, thank you, Sean.
You're very welcome. Dude, you should move to like Arizona or something, just to a place where there's just like a just constant drought.
Really?
Wait,
I
Yeah,
really
that's
want to
it.
go on the salt flats. I would love to drive on the salt flats, but that's just like a whole nother thing.
you intentionally put slick tires on your other car?
Yeah.
Like, that just sounds dangerous.
No, not for the road. Not for the road. Those are semi-slicks. Those are fine. Those are road legal tires. But no, just like in general, if you have less or more surface area on your tire. Okay, are we really going here? Is that what we're gonna be doing during this time? I don't think
We're
so.
going there. Go there. Go there.
Never mind. Right,
All right, I'm
Sean.
having conflicting answers. I'll let Jason talk. I feel like I'm taking this whole
Oh
time.
no, don't worry. We're
we
gonna let
wanted
Jason
to
talk.
ask you guys about like just college in general and how it's going, and more specifically, like how did Hackley like prepare you for college? Like best things it prepared you for, or worst things it prepared you for?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go first on that one. I honestly felt that the transition to college was really easy. I don't know if that's because I was on boarding at Hackley, but it was a lot of fun. I found college to be a lot more fun than high school, just because you spend less time in class, and so you can just do other stuff, and then you just have more resources, and they kind of just give you the freedom. So being at Fordham, right, like I didn't have to be on campus like Jimmy probably had to because he's in Indiana. Like I just went to the city or the Bronx like whenever I wanted, which was a lot of fun. And I guess the one big difference is like the professors are not good. Like I don't know if Jimmy's professors were any better, but like as a freshman, you get a bunch of TAs or like graduate students, and like most of mine were international, so they didn't even speak English. And so I ended up just like you have to teach yourself sometimes, which is fine because Hackley taught most of it to you. You just kind of have to like remember it now. But that's my experience. I love college. I'm very sad that my second semester got cut short. But yeah, dorm life was awesome. I mean, I guess for you guys, you'll have to get used to like communal showers, and I don't know if Jimmy had that, but like communal showers and like roommate and all that fun stuff. But I found it fine. I mean, I have no complaints. So
Yeah. No, I've had similar but also different experiences. For rooming, I got a single for better or worse. So I was able to hang my giant Subaru poster above my bed, and no one was able to give me any smack about that, which I love. No, it definitely depended. It was like a class by class basis because I had some classes with like 300 students, like no exaggeration, like 300 students. And you're just there, and you're just kind of like a body in the room, and you just try and follow along. And then, like Jason said, like afterwards, I would still go to that professor's office hours sometimes, and that would help a bit. But other than that, I would kind of just like, spend time in the library and like learn it myself as well. So it was like a mix. And then I had other classes that were capped. So I had this photography class that was capped at 18 students. and it was a lot more like immersive. And you'll find those classes if you like want to pursue something a little bit more like unique. If you don't want to stick on like just like general curriculum your first year of like knocking out your like whatever your required classes are for like arts and humanities, or depending on whatever school you go to, they have their whole different system. So you could find the classes where it will be a lot smaller, and those classes I find a lot more enjoyable. Overall, I like college a lot. I like high school, but college is just like a different experience. I appreciate like being on my own and being like so far away from home. That was just something that I'm totally cool with. And so yeah, I love dorm. I had a really awesome floor. There was like I think there were like 100 people on my floor, and there were like 14 floors in my building, and I think 11 of which students lived on, and that was just one dorm building. And then there were like a dozen others, so that's like how big, and that's only freshmen, you know. So it's like crazy, like the size of the school. But overall, I liked it a lot. I like Jason. I was kind of sad that it ended early, but hopefully we go back. I'm still not sure about that. We'll see. Jason,
Yeah.
what are your plans?
I don't know yet. Well, I'm transferring actually, so
No way. Where are you going?
Go to Cornell, play baseball.
Oh,
Oh,
with Danny, huh?
This is actually your first drop of the information, so
wow.
All,
That's
all seven of our
news.
viewers are in on it. That's cool.
No, Sean,
Inside
come on.
scoop.
Don't sell us short. We get like 50.
Dude, I'm sorry, but I think I'm like 50% of our viewers at this point because I just love rewatching them and watching. I love rewatching myself and being like, "Ooh, I look good in that one."
John's just staring at himself during the.
No, dude, you don't understand. I don't look when I'm in this. I'm like obviously looking at you guys like an actual normal human being would do in a Zoom call. But when I rewatch these, I just like stare at myself. I'm like, "Ooh, I should do something about that." You know what I mean? It's like watching a tape after the game. You know, it's like gotta learn.
Watching the game film.
Exactly, man. It's all about learning. But dude, that's awesome. That's actually awesome. I had no idea that you were transferring though.
Yeah, so I don't know how Cornell is going to do everything. Fordham already said they were going back for the fall, and actually, two more things about college. So dorm life, like Jimmy said, is absolutely amazing if you like find your groove within the dorm. And like my floor itself ended up being like the most hated floor in our dorm because we just pulled pranks on everybody, and we just didn't care about what we did. Like we did jousting with two like chairs and broomsticks.
That's awesome.
Always. We had a toilet paper fight with our RA. Like, it was absolutely amazing. So, I mean, and then there's some other stuff that I can't say on the podcast. But I mean, we had a lot of fun in our dorms, and then in college, I don't know. Like Jimmy said, go to office hours. Like, you kind of have to kiss ass if you want to like get a good grade with teachers, or not get a good grade, but like it helps. Like they would definitely boost you if you just show up to the office hour, like just showing your face and being like, hey, like I need help or something like that. Like will like automatically boost you, especially in like a lecture of 300 people. Like the professors don't care like who you are or like. So if you actually show up to the office hours, like they might actually boost your grade by like a third of a grade or something to help you out, which is kind of dope.
Is that like advice you guys have? You have any other advice besides going to office hours?
They gave us a lot.
Well, I'm greedy, Gabe. I'm asking for more.
When you put it like that, stick to a decent like meal plan. Like make time to actually go eat, because I didn't think that was gonna be an issue for me. But it later in the semester it could get easier for you to just kind of like skip a meal because you're just like busy. So don't.
It's easy for you to say, dude. I gotta eat. I gotta fuel these steps and steps.
You listen, I'm in the same, but like Sean, we're benching the same, dude. We're like right there, neck and neck. So like I know what you're saying.
Don't compare me to you. Don't compare me to you. Gabe, put him in a breakout room right now. Put him in a timeout. Put him in a timeout. Timeout for 5 minutes.
We almost did that to Flanagan, and he was the only.
Yeah, he was the only person in it, so it would just been me here for 5 minutes, just sitting here, just like.
Wait, did you actually do that?
No, we
were close. Well, when he said he didn't watch the podcast, and all he does is listen to podcasts while he works out, we were slightly offended.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, it was kind of our own fault because we didn't really advertise it at all. So we had like 20 actual viewers in total at the time, so it was kind of our fault. But you know.
Question: if you actually, put some of your budget, your massive budget for this project to advertising, am I gonna hear like when I'm listening to Spotify, and I get a commercial, it's like the Ock podcast
This
streaming
Sunday,
now.
watch Ock and Mr. Flanagan get together for an interview.
Yeah, okay, you should do that.
Awesome, dude. I have like $10 in total right now, so I don't know if we can advertise to a lot of people.
No, right now all the budget
works.
is going towards the corny intro we have at the beginning of each video.
Wait, so
See-
you guys have a yeah.
Like the one that's like yeah. So how would you boys feel about a Minecraft intro?
Sean wants a Minecraft intro.
I would not be opposed, but
I think it'd be kind of funny. Just think about that. You know what I mean? Like cringy, like 2010 Minecraft intro or something.
I
think
don't know.
you
I was
sneak in
thinking
Coach.
something more like on the Ock mentality. I don't know if it was just like chalk, like a clap of chalk, and then it's just like in the air. It's like
That'd be kind of sick.
channel.
That'd be kind of dope. Jason, what were you saying?
I feel like you should put Coach Fisher in there somewhere.
Oh,
The wagon.
Yeah.
that's funny.
We're thinking of having him on, but like I'm not sure if he knows how to work Zoom, which is fair because a lot of people don't. But
That would be the
also,
most chaotic interview I think you'll ever have.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be fun. It'd be fun. That's just say like it'd be interesting, but I'm not sure if we'd get too much out of it. Also, us Ox, we run a tight ship, right? We have a busy schedule. But
Right.
question for you boys. So, are both of you playing sports in college, or just Jason?
That would be just Jason. I was thinking about going out for competitive frisbee, but I gotta work on my form. It's getting there. Baseball really takes a toll on your shoulder and everything. And
Especially when you don't play for a whole season. Yeah.
Especially when you got a noodle arm out there.
Yeah.
Especially when you throw like your shot putting. Bro, Jimmy, you would throw a baseball like Iron Man shooting his little thing. You'd go like this. You know what I mean?
Hey now. Did I hear JV 8th grade? Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait, so actually, what was that like though, playing JV as an 8th grader? Did you feel like out of place or just kind of weird? Did you feel like the man?
No, I didn't feel like the man. I feel like 9th grade varsity might have done that. Unfortunately, there is an individual that's in this room that no, but it was kind of fun. I thought I liked JV more, and also it was at like that weird like kind of time where they had the sophomores who would come down and play. So it was like Chung, it was like a bunch of other guys that would like come down and just demolish kids on like the other team. And we went undefeated that year, JV, honestly. Yeah, we beat Poly 3-2. Like it was like nice. And it was a fun season. And it was just cool to just be around guys who like legitimately like to compete. And it was like fun. Like I didn't mind, some people like were like, I don't know how it's gonna go this season. But that was honestly my favorite season of JV. That or sophomore year. That was also kind of fun.
Our freshman year was
just
fun.
like the guys.
Fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But switching gears from high school sports to college sports, Chief, what's your experience with baseball in college?
I don't have any yet, all right, because I'm going in pretty much brand new, and then the season got cut short essentially for boredom. But I guess the main thing is like fall is like the time when everyone figures out like where you are, like the depth chart. And so, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, the other thing is we're going to be up in Ithaca. It's going to be freezing cold for most of the school year, which is fantastic. Gotta love that. With 4 baseball players in the room, like you guys know that playing in cold weather is definitely the best thing in the world. So
I want to cry every time I foul it off like the end of the bat in cold weather. Just
Without
like,
gloves on, it's just
my hands like physically it hurts so much.
dude,
Those
so my
Randall Island
gloves.
games.
Yeah, my gloves are like
Why do you just have those ready?
these are my quarantine gloves. I wear these
Oh.
when I go outside, so people can't yell at me for not wearing gloves. Granted, these are probably dirtier than like any other pair of gloves, but dude, there's like a million holes in these. I don't know if you can see because of my lighting, but it's just they did not help me. They only helped me grip, not like what's it called? like I guess they didn't really help with when I would hit it off the end of the bat. So this year there was a day where it was like 40 degrees, 30 degrees, and Frollo got the machine out and cranked it up to like 70, and it was the
Damn,
worst.
70. Ooh.
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah, Sean, you
Oh,
just
that's he's throwing it in there. Wow.
the
Okay, I'm
story.
done. Yeah, I'm done. Okay. Can we just mute? Can you mute him for like a second?
No. Please don't do that.
Dude,
I'm still talking,
Dude,
right?
you can just unmute yourself. It's great. I've been muted in so many of my classes because teachers have gotten. I muted him.
Did you mute him?
No, I think he muted himself.
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
That was funny, Jimmy. That was very funny.
No, that actually raises a point I want to hear more. So besides, dealing with 70-mile-an-hour fastball.
All right, moving on. So
no, wait. Can I ask the question? We're
You
changing.
sure can.
Okay. How was the beginning of the season? Did you get like a beginning of the season for Hackley baseball?
Good. I mean,
hold that thought for a second. But yeah, no, we did. Gabe, do you want to talk about it a little bit?
It was good. We got off to a good start with practice and all that, and we'd sort of just made cuts and like figured out the roster, and then like 4 days before spring break, they Frollo has us meet before practice and tells us basically like half of our games were canceled, and we were kind of bummed. And then they said we weren't allowed to hold practice or anything. And then over spring break, they send an email saying like all of our games were canceled. So that kind of sucked.
Yeah, no, and then Mr. Edwards came down. I think it was the Tuesday because we got out on our last day of school was Tuesday because the whole like crisis thing, whatever is going on, right? So Mr. Edwards came down and he gave us the business, right? He was like, I'm not sure if it's gonna happen, the season's gonna happen, but then it was all made up for because they bought pizza for us. And worst part is that I didn't even get any because I went to work out, so. I wasn't a big fan of that, but I actually, speaking of
That was
pizza,
kind of funny though. It was like, I know you guys are really bummed that the season's over, but I got pizza.
It was like we have soft drinks too.
How it happened.
Oh my god.
It was. I mean, like, there's not much you can do, but it's like like giving us a Fisher slap on the back, and just saying like it sucks, I know, but just saying like, don't worry guys, we got it. There's pizza. It's like, dude, come on. But like I said, dude, we didn't even get any because the lax players went up and just ate everything. Ridiculous. But so speaking of pizza and like bad food, how has your boys' diets been in college? Because like Gabe and I were talking about freshman 15 stuff like that. Have you guys been eating more fast food or like just kind of like the same diet routine that you've kind of been having since high school?
I mean, mine is definitely the same because it's just the usual. It's probably the same thing you eat in the dining hall for dinner. It's like just protein, carb, vegetable, and then 2 plates as usual. You gotta go with the 2 plates. But there definitely are a lot of options, and Fordham is ranked like at the bottom for dining, but our desserts were absolutely amazing. And like I think that's one of the problems. Like you just have so many options, and we had like 16 different ice creams and like waffles and cookies and cupcakes and like cake. It's like it was amazing. So that was always tough to walk away from that. But other than that, like the food itself, honestly, I felt was the same as Hackley. Like I had no problems with it. But the desserts is definitely a tough one.
Yeah, for me, I was never big on desserts, so desserts like weren't super tough. But for me, it was kind of like a convenient aspect because dining halls close. I would always go lift at like late at night, so the weight room closes at 11:30, so I'd probably be there pretty much until close or like 11 p.m. And I'd be hungry afterwards. And my 2 options were just what was really close, like on the same street, pizza or Jimmy John's sandwich place.
My God.
Yeah. So I spent little too much money at both of those establishments. Overall, I tried my best to have my 3 meals on campus, like in the dining halls or in the basement of my dorm. They had a little convenience store where you could get hot food. So like I would like wake up right before class. I would like go down there, get eggs, bacon, sausage, Have that, go to class, take a break, try to do like more carb heavy like lunch, and then dinner was usually either chicken or steak. Steak wasn't bad. They were actually, so you gotta like know. So like they like take it off and then they'll like keep it on like a heated plate. So you gotta know which piece, because if they leave it on too long, then it just like cooks extra. So you gotta like know when they take it out to get like a decent slice, and you get lucky if you know what you're doing. But yeah, I got burned a couple times with some really well done pieces of meat, but no, it was good. No, the chicken was really good. It was chicken and then like a rice pilaf like side and mashed potatoes. Oh my god, I love this so much. And then Jimmy John's or pizza to cap off the night. So I would probably eat more. Oh no, big thing. I only ate one bowl of cereal.
Oh,
no
Jimmy.
way.
Yeah. Honestly, like I'd have more than just like one bowl of cereal in total, but I'm saying like per day. Like I was cranking out like 4 bowls like a day, like back in high school. Like honestly, like you guys know what was up.
That's just not healthy.
Jimmy,
I'll-
Fordham. Fordham has like 32 different options of cereal in our dining hall.
Dude,
Wait,
what?
for real?
Yeah.
That's cheap.
Damn.
That's cool and all, but like half of the cereal brands are the exact same. Like Raisin Bran and Corn Flakes are just the exact same thing, but with raisins. Like Jimmy, what would you eat though? Like, what do you think? Like Captain Crunch? Talking about like Lucky Charms?
Oh, we're going into my cereal tastes.
Oh yeah, of
okay,
course.
Yeah.
This is an
All right.
intervention for you, actually.
Oh, excuse me. Hey, don't disrespect. I love cereal. Okay. Top is mini wheats, 100%. Frosted mini wheats been my go-to.
That is
since.
disgusting.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I mean, at least it's like relatively healthy. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like if you had like 4 bowls a day of like I don't know, Frosted Flakes, there's a good chance you'd have diabetes. So I think it's good that you would have like mini wheats, but like come on, dude, those things they literally taste like cardboard. They taste like wheat
Your
thins.
number one choice. Like that can't be your favorite cereal.
Oh no, but they're
It
frosted.
is. They're frosted, yeah. No, it adds it. It's like the fiber.
All cereal is fiber. What do you mean?
Like it's like like you see the fibers.
You see, yeah.
Jimmy, chew cardboard at this point.
Yeah, oh my
Dude,
God.
listen, hold on. It gets
Cardboard
better.
milk.
It gets better. No, let me continue down my list. I promise it gets better. Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 and 3 back to back. Life cereal. So you got to do cinnamon and then original. The original doesn't have the taste, but like it's like the standard, most generic like cereal you could find.
I'll let that slide.
Thank you.
Life cereal.
And then
Jason, you look like you're about to kill him. You look like you're ready to kill him, man.
bro.
The worst cereals I've ever heard.
Wait, Jason, hold on. Here's like the best part. Okay.
On the ground in the supermarket so nobody sees.
Yes, I know. Why do they do that? Oh, I always find my cereals at the bottom. I'm like, damn, they got like Fruit Loops up at the top, and then they have my stuff all the way down the bottom. I was like, man, that's disrespect. Anyways, and then coming in at number 4, one especially, what?
You say Wheaties, I'm gonna kill you.
Bro, it's not Wheaties. It's better.
You definitely had to change it.
No. I'm not changing it. Okay, so this is the go-to when it was like wrestling season. So like, I watch the calories. Small. Kashi cereal, the whole grain. It's literally like grain pellets is the cereal. Like I am being 100% you.
That's not a cereal. That's just horse food and milk. Jimmy, there's something wrong with you, my friend. How do you eat that?
What do you mean? It's delicious.
Okay, it probably is delicious because cereal is delicious, but there's so many better brands of cereal, dude.
Like what?
You could have said,
give me some suggestions.
look what I'm wearing. You couldn't have said Lucky Charms just for me.
Okay, Lucky Charms. There you go.
Okay. You're the worst. But if you boys don't mind switching gears, because I know that Jimmy has a class in like 35 minutes. So we like to talk about quarantine too on the Occast. So have you boys like Chief? You said you have baseball practice today, right?
I do at 1.
How does that happen? How does that work? Is it like actual baseball practice?
No, so it's just me and you're gonna get a cameo from my grandma. But me and my friend are just going out to a field. Like Randall's Island's open, and actually we're gonna be in the Bronx today, Pelham Bay Park, and literally we're just gonna be on the field by ourselves, like hitting and like throwing. So that's like the most we can do. I'm pretty sure if we had like more than 5 people, like they would just shut us down somehow. So we try to just keep a safe distance, try to do the usual stuff, but at this point, you just try to stay busy and like at least somewhat stay in shape. Like it's hard, like you can't lift or anything, so a lot of calisthenics, which sucks.
A lot of body weight stuff for me, dude.
Yeah, a lot of body weight and like CrossFit.
I know
Yes.
Lisa's turning in her grave, but like,
So I mean, it is what it is. You gotta make the best out of the situation. So we just hopefully we get out and back on the field soon.
That's the real player's attitude. Gotta love it.
wait. So, Chief, you've been playing more baseball during quarantine, or you've been playing baseball during quarantine at least. Jimmy, have you been working on your car more during quarantine? What have you been doing? Just eating more cereal?
It was a mix. First when I kind of got back from quarantine, it was me at my desk. I have a nice 3-monitor setup running right now, so I had like
Damn!
yeah.
Well, you do have a light up keyboard? Because all I have
do
is
not.
a dusty.
No, yeah, I'm just using a nice, I don't know, Logic.
Oh, nice. You unplugged this mic.
He unplugged this
There we
mic.
go. I'm back. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. No, I muted myself by accident. So at first it was kind of spent like doing a lot of schoolwork and like base comps like remotely, which was interesting. It was an interesting experience. And then I was like, okay, I want to like get back out there. So my dad had a weight set from like the 80s, like just a rack of dumbbells, and it was like all rusted. So my brother and I took like a metal brush to it, wire brush, cleaned it up, painted them. So at least I have that on the back porch. So I've been trying to get a little bit better. They're not like super heavy, but like, you know, I think the highest it goes up to is 50. But still, it's like something decent for me to work on. My bench is legitimately like a wooden bench, so it kind of hurts, but it, you know, we make it work. And then I did like some more. Oh no, yeah, no, I'm really getting into yoga now. It's crazy.
Wait, you're.
I wish I didn't say this, but I'm also getting into yoga. So
I'm getting into yoga a lot.
I wish I didn't hear that.
No, I do it every day now. I do it every day.
I
Yeah.
don't do it every day. I mean,
Okay,
Oh, I do it every day now.
Like what? Like what type of? Because my mom and my sister used to do yoga, I think. So like, what kind of workout, like exercise, you talking about?
Okay, so anything that's really I guess based on like writing your mindset, and then also like deep hip stretches, because my hips were extremely locked. That's why I only hit like 350 instead of 450. You know, senior year, it was my hips were really locked, so I couldn't, you know, rotate and get that extra power that I needed. That's disrespect.
Wait, is your arm also locked? Because that doesn't seem to work properly either when you're playing baseball.
Any teacher watching this is just going to be like, all right, they're just bullying Jimmy.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, why is Sean so mean to Jimmy?
So what did we learn today? We learned that Jimmy has a problem with cereal, and that he gets bullied by his friends.
And then he customizes his cars so they don't work anymore.
Yeah, and that's the third one.
Cars, so that rain is like the kryptonite.
Okay, damn, disrespect. Okay, no, yoga seriously though, like it really helps me. I am trying to work on my flexibility. I want to come. This is just like a side goal post quarantine. I want to be able to do a full split.
Why?
Why not? Like I think it's cool. I used to be able to do a full split like when I was much younger, which was like kind of cool. I want to be able to like feel that sort of like flexibility, because like I don't know, I feel like powerlifting is like cool, but I want to have more control, and my balance is like meh. So I'm like doing these things to make me feel like better about it, and then like moving, I guess, correctly. My hips have been like misaligned. Like there's so many weird things going on. So I just kind of use yoga as like an opportunity for me to like really like get loose like once in such a long time. Yeah.
More mobility.
By Michaela.
This relationship. That's what I mean. Oh, business, no pleasure. You're getting a flight. They go, is this business or pleasure?
Play hard.
I put him in the waiting room.
Okay, thank you, Gabe. I appreciate that. So, Gabe. Gus.
Yeah,
How's it
Gabe, you
going?
can drive the conversation now.
I know Sean talks a lot, and he has his mic at like max volume. So, did you
Sorry
enjoy
about
your,
that, folks. We seem to be having some connectivity problems here.
Did you enjoy your time out?
I did not. It took time to reflect on how you suck.
Okay, good.
Gabe, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything out of line.
Before we let Jimmy go, I want to ask a few more questions about like just college in general. Like, how did Hackley, or like, what was something you were unprepared for? Like, thing you were most not expecting, or something like that.
Most not expecting. It's really on you to like do stuff basically. So like it's very easy to get trapped in the I'm just gonna, go to my classes, go back to my dorm. You kind of could set your lifestyle 100% on what you do. And I felt like in high school, you kind of the opportunities were more out there. So like you didn't have to do so much searching in order to find the clubs that you wanted to join or I guess kind of get involved with stuff like on campus because it's just so much smaller. It's high school. But in college, like if you want to find something that you want to do, you really gotta go out there and look on your own and take some initiative for the stuff that you want to get done. So I feel like that was definitely a little bit of a change. I feel like there's more opportunity just to do different things. So try to get involved. Like I would recommend do what you feel like is best, but like come like next year, try and like find an organization that you would want to like become a part of and like, kind of ride out for like the long haul. Like I know like Sean and Gabe, I'm pretty sure you did this, but did you do the soup kitchen?
Right.
Or so if that's something that really interests you, like try to find it on your campus and just get involved with it. And it's just like an opportunity to meet more people because like I made friends with people who I probably wouldn't have came across at all on campus just because it's so large, because I got involved with stuff that like I thought was like kind of unique and different. And so for that, it's cool. You get to meet more people that way. So really just take initiative and you kind of like, it's on you to find stuff to do. Really
like try something new too as well. Cause if you guys were watching the first podcast, Paterno actually did, I think like theater in college, which
Really?
yeah, I mean, it just makes sense to me. I wouldn't have thought about it, but it doesn't make sense to you guys. It just makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet he would be like a badass like stunt stunt actor.
Like
Stunt
the
double.
Rock's, I like the Rock stunt double.
Like Vin Diesel.
Like Vin Diesel, yeah, like Vin Diesel stunt double. Actually, that'd be awesome. We should try and get him a job like that. I think he might be.
The Vin Diesel's like 6'1" or something.
Yeah, it's fine. It's movie.
Like I don't think college Paterno was bald. Like
No, I think he's. I mean, no, I think he started losing his hair in college. He told us because he got best hair in high school, and then God was like, "Yeah, that's funny," and then just like 3 years later. Wait, who got best hair for you guys' class?
oh, who got
Did we do a best hair?
I didn't get anything. I know that.
I didn't get anything. I was so like thought I was gonna get best dressed, and then I was like,
I
ow.
best dressed,
Thank
and
you.
I forgot who it went to, but
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know, Gabe. We're cutting that part completely.
Well, okay, fine. But I another question before we let Jimmy go.
That's till 25, so let me know.
Oh, so,
Right.
and folks, we're back now. Sorry, we had an issue right there, but
Technical difficulties.
yeah, technical difficulties.
I
You can say
wanted to
that.
ask, what was the thing or things you guys did that helped most with like making friends? Like, what were the things you guys did that helped you make friends?
I actually got this from Mr. Francis, and it was really useful. And the two things were like always leave your door open, because people just like stroll in and out, and like you make friends that way. And then also,
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
when you're in the room, like
Right.
and then always say yes. Like so, like the first 2 months, like whenever someone's like, oh, do you want to go to this event with me? Like, just say yes and figure it out along the way. Because you got nothing really to lose. And, like, your first few months at college are going to be the professors are going to take it, I think, a little lighter on you just because you're freshmen. And then you also have more time. So just saying yes to everything will, like, open doors, like Jimmy said before, about, like, being friends with people he never thought he'd meet. And like that will really help kind of broaden your like friend group.
Yeah, I echo what Jason has to say. I think the biggest thing, I met my like pretty close friend group at our RA meeting. So they called our entire floor down. I was just sitting next to this kid, and we started like kind of cracking jokes just because like the RA meeting is relatively long, and hard to hear because they have like 4 different RA meetings going on at the same time in like one space. And so I just, started talking to him. I was like, all right, cool. I'll see you around. I knew he was on my floor, but like I said, my floor is like really large. I was like, I don't know where he lives. He actually lives like a couple doors down from me. So we were relatively close. And then like a couple, like that night, or maybe a little bit afterwards, I was walking by, his door was open. There was a couple kids in there. So I just popped in, said hi. And we spent that night like walking around to different like areas on campus just to like start like navigating around. And this is like during welcome week and everything. So it was still like really low key. There wasn't like a lot of stuff going on. They still had like, events and whatnot. And it was just like really cool that way. I also feel like group projects is a great way to meet people. I made friends with a lot of people in my classes from group projects that we've worked on together because, working with someone like over a longer duration of time, you just get to know them better. So this happened in my photography class, happened in like a presentations class, a computers class, like is if you like work with them on projects, it kind of like makes you have to interact with them more than you might just normally. So I felt like that was also a really helpful advantage to doing stuff like that. So if there's any group projects, don't shy away. Don't try and like, I guess exclude yourself to the extent where you just like want to do the work and then, pass it on like that. Like really try to make it like a collaborative effort. And I feel like that would be the most helpful way of making friends.
It's all about finding your group too, right? Going, feeling your way around.
Yeah, I definitely think that's true. And it doesn't have to happen like right away. Like it's just like whatever kind of happens. Like don't necessarily try and force it if they're not like super. If that's not the group that you're like comfortable with, and you'll find it honestly.
Yeah, it's like you want to be proactive, but also like kind of let it grow organically. Like
Yeah.
so you want to put yourself out there, but you don't want to force it on people because then like you just give off the like desperate vibe, and that won't help. So
I know what you mean. Jimmy, can we keep you for 4 more minutes? Or?
Yeah, 4 minutes.
All right,
Yes, of
dope.
course.
Let's speed run this. So, did you
Ooh.
always know what you wanted to do prior to college, or did you just kind of go in and try and figure it out?
I knew I was going to major in business, so it was pretty easy for me.
Yeah, I kind of had the same take as well. But specific classes, I had a general idea, but there were some things like my photography class and like my minor, like other different things that I didn't know 100%. So I just kind of like wanted to see what would happen. So yeah.
Okay. So, I actually have a more personal question. Have you recruited any more Ox to the Ock family? Why or why not?
I have not, mostly because the only people in the Fordham gym that seem like they could be Ox also look like they take steroids. So I'm very
You're
Do you
right.
think they do?
yeah, like well, these are like all upperclassmen, and they are huge. I mean, like, upper body huge. Their lower body can use some work.
Oh, I know what you mean. So, like Jimmy Calves type thing.
Is this the first comment about my calves, dude? I was counting the minutes it would take until, and it took nearly
a lot.
an hour in for you to get there.
If you run this bag, we talk about your calves a lot.
No, we didn't start recording, but at first it was just me and Jason in here. I'm like, oh, I knew Jason would be in here first, but I don't know where Jimmy is. I think he's trying to find his calves. He must have lost them.
But yeah, like a lot of like there are some really huge guys at Fordham, and like maybe it's because I'm jealous, but I legitimately think some of them are roided up. So.
No, did you want to know how you can tell if they ever have just like muscle tees like you have on? If their shoulders look like they're bowling balls that have been implanted in, it's roids. I'm telling you. I watched a YouTube video on it.
You were that upset that you looked up like how to tell if someone's taking steroids.
I did actually. No, it was ridiculous. It's one of those things where you're on YouTube at 3 a.m. and it's like like it just says like how to tell if someone's on steroids, and it's like this. It's like a 30-minute video of this guy, but half of it's just repetitive. I remember the video, and the other half of it is just him showing people that have been on steroids. It's like, yes, we know Arnold Schwarzenegger is on steroids. It's not, and then he shows the same thing of Arnold. It's like, dude, we know already. But Jimmy, what about you?
Yeah, there's a couple like candidates in mind. It's also convenient that half my friend group is also pretty passionate about lifting, so I have a couple buddies that will go and lift pretty much every day together. And so I think that if we want to start recruiting cross campuses, if we're growing the OC brand, that I have a couple potential candidates that would fit in very well. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I was really hoping to see a little bit more action in our group chat. It's been kind of silent. I wanted updates,
You know
even
what?
personal records.
Dude, honestly, I totally forgot to add Enzi because Enzi's an Arc. It's a crime he wasn't an Arc already. But
That's a
no,
fair
Enzi's an
point.
Arc. He
He's
just doesn't
playing
have.
football.
He is, yeah. I don't remember where he's going, but I know he's playing
Trinity.
football.
Trinity
Yeah, that's
College.
where he's going.
Yeah,
We might have him on sometime, honestly. Yeah, one senior
Ooh.
projects are over. But
Yeah.
what's it
Thank you,
called?
Jim, or thank you guys both for joining the show. Though
Wasn't
I
done
don't-
talking, but
Yeah,
I guess we're wrapping it up. So
Yeah,
guys, it was
1
great to see you.
minute.
That's fair. That's fair.
Thank you guys for coming, though.
Thank you.
course.
And sorry you're gonna have to cut like 10 minutes of that.
No, that was my favorite part, Jason. I'll be honest. That was easily the greatest part. Boys, it's just a really fun podcast. It was a blast having you guys on.
Appreciate it.
Hey,
Ooh,
that's all
damn,
mine.
Jason's arms are nothing compared to mine. Gosh.
Still love you, Jim. All right. Don't
Appreciate it.
Yeah. We have to make sure everybody knows. Jimmy, we love you.
I'm not okay.
It's all right, Jim.
Go eat your oats with milk.
What's he doing?
I'm stretching. So leave me alone. This
Wait,
is just
yoga
gonna be like,
What yoga stretch is that?
yo, I don't know. My
Is
favorite
that
is like,
downward dog?
no, child's pose is my favorite yoga position actually.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, me too.